Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. He was not the first to compile the Quran, but he was the one who united the Ummah on it. He gave the Quran its global voice, from West Africa to Southeast Asia and spanning through the entire Muslim Ummah. You recite the Quran today in the script he standardized. There is a saying, there is an author in the early scholars that goes thus: لو كان القرآن في الحاملات لناله رجال من أهل عثمان. That is, if the Quran was placed in the highest heavens, men from the people of Uthman will still reach it. This is the story of Uthman bin Affan, the Quranic standardizer, or the Quran standardizer, series custodians of the Quran. And like I said before, this episode, inshallah, is going, we are going to be talking about Uthman bin Affan. Now, before I go deep into the episode, let me first highlight some major points. Number one, I'm sure many of us know Uthman bin Affan as the third Khalifa of the Prophet after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Many of us know many about his time in ruling, what happened in the Muslim Ummah, and what have you. But this episode is going to concentrate mostly on his influence when it comes to Quran propagation and preservation, just like we did in the previous episode of Abubakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. Now, number two, this goes to show that to be a custodian of the Quran, you don't have to be a teacher or organize circles or be the one teaching students. No, all of us in our capacities, we can help preserving and propagating the Quran. So this goes to our leaders, those of us who are in position of power, that we can also do something in our positions. Last but not the least, this goes to our viewers. This is something we can do, just like Uthman did during this time. Is that statistics is showing that many of the viewers are not subscribers. So please, this is something we can also do to help propagate the message of Quran. As we know, this series is mostly about, or is about Quran. So do well to subscribe to this channel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and barkate you as you do so. Now, back to Uthman bin Affan. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Uthman bin Affan in relation to Quran preservation. Number one, he standardized the Quran during his time. He standardized the Quran during his caliphate. When disputes erupted about dialects, Uthman bin Affan took advice from many sahabas and he ordered the standardization of the Quran in a single version in order to prevent sectarian division. His decision then is what helped unify the Muslim Ummah and avoid unknown and unfathomable disasters, as we will see in coming points, inshallah ta'ala. Number two, he used the copy compiled by Abubakr during this era of Bakr Siddiq as the standard. When Uthman bin Affan ordered the standardization of the Quran, he ordered that the copy of the Quran that was compiled during the era of Abubakr Siddiq be used as a standard. So this copy was placed Muna Hafsa radiallahu anha. So he retrieved the Mushaf preserved by Hafsa radiallahu anha and instructed the compilation team to copy it faithfully. That is, it should serve as the standard or as the yardstick when in the process of what? Standardizing the Quran. Number three, he formed a diverse committee led by Zayd bin Thabit radiallahu anhu. You know, I've been saying that Uthman bin Affan ordered. So his order was to form a team that was led by Zayd bin Thabit radiallahu anhu. We have talked about this in our previous episodes. You can go through them. We've even spoken about Zayd bin Thabit radiallahu anhu himself and the fact that he led the team that compiled the Quran during the era of Bakr Siddiq, like we said in the previous episode, and the team that standardized the Quran during the time of Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu. Now, his team also included many other Sahabas like Abdullah bin Mas'ud, Ma'ad bin Jabal, Ubay bin Ka'ab, either as committee members or as consultants. Now, this ensured accuracy, inclusion, and consensus among the Qurayshi experts and other companions that received the Quran directly from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Number four, he added that all non-standard copies to be destroyed. Now, upon the standardization of the Quran, every other copy that was available then becomes non-standard. Now, to maintain the unity and peace among Muslim Ummah, he added that all other copies of the Quran be burned. This action, although may be criticized by some, but this action safeguarded the integrity and uniformity of the Quranic text till date. The single action. Number five, he sent the Mushafs to major cities with reciters. Upon standardization, copies of this standardized Quran was made. Uthman bin Affan sent these copies to Kufa, Basra, Damascus, known in English as Damascus, and other major cities. Each of these Quran was sent with a reciter to teach the proper recitation. And remember, this standardized copy entails all the authentic styles of recitation. Number six, he preserved the Quran in Quraysh dialect. Upon forming the team and giving them the task to standardize the Quran, Uthman bin Affan said to Zayd bin Thabit and his team that when you guys cannot reach a consensus about a particular theme, refer back to the dialect of Quraysh. He instructed that اكتبوه بلسان قريش فإنه نزل بلسانهم. Write it in the dialect of Quraysh, for it was revealed in their tongue. And this is something that is not new to any of us. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam كان من ماذا؟ كان من أهل مكة وأهل مكة هم قريش رضي الله عن عثمان بن عفان وعن سائر صحابة نبيه أجمعين. Number seven, the Uthmani script is still used till date. Now, the Quran that was standardized during the era of Uthman that we are talking about now, this Quran is still in existence today. In fact, this Quran is part of the standard that is used to determine whether a particular style of recitation is authentic or not. This is what is known as Al-Rasm al-Uthmani or Al-Mushaf al-Uthmani. And this Mushaf can still be found in museums till date. Now, this Mushaf, like I said, is known as Al-Rasm al-Uthmani or Al-Mushaf al-Uthmani. This script remains the foundation of most printed Qur'ans worldwide. Not only printed Quran, but also is one of the standards that must be met by any style of recitation today. Meaning that all the Qur'at we have, all of them can be traced back to Al-Mushaf al-Uthmani. Number 8, he was known to recite Quran in full. Although he might not have been a teacher, that is, in the sense of teaching in circles or dedicating his life to sitting down in masajid and teaching people Quran, but he had the Quran in his heart. There are records that Uthman bin Affan, he will recite the Quran entirely in a single night, showing that Sayyidina Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu might not have been a teacher like I said, but he had the Quran in his heart and mind. Number 9, he was martyred while reading the Quran. That is, استشهد سيدنا عثمان بن عفان رضي الله عنه وهو يقرأ القرآن. Uthman bin Affan was murdered in his home holding the Mus'haf, with blood staining the verse فسيكفيكهم الله وهو السميع العليم في سورة البقرة. That is, Allah will suffice you against them. And He, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the all-hearing and all-knowing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with Uthman bin Affan. Number 10, he united the Ummah upon the Quran. And this is everything we have been making mention of is, to conclude at this point, that his action when it relates to Quran preservation and propagation helped to unify the Muslim Ummah from his time till date and beyond, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So thanks to him, every Muslim today holds the same copy of the Quran, unchanged and unchallenged. Unchanged and unchallenged. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once again have mercy upon Uthman bin Affan and elevating his rank. Now in conclusion, Sayyidina Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu, like we said, might not have been a teacher in the circle of teaching or a prominent reciter, but he has the Quran in his heart. Not only that, he built masajid with his wealth. He was a generous individual that helped build masajid of Allah with his wealth. This masajid lived on after him to propagate the message of Islam as well as the message of Quran. His hands was always carrying the Mushaf, and his Lord sanctified the page of the Quran, like we said. He was Uthman bin Affan, Dhu-n-nuurayn, and the standardizer of the Quran. Indeed, he helped to exemplify the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that said, إِنَّهُ لَقُرْآنٌ كَرِيمٌ في كتاب مكنون لا يمسه إلا المطهرون. رضي الله عن سيدنا عثمان بن عفان رضي الله عنه، ثالث الخلفاء الراشدين ذي النورين، رضي الله عنه وأرضاه، تقبله الله من الصالحين، وجزاه الله عنا وعن الإسلام والمسلمين خيرا. With this, we've come to the end of this episode. We have learned one or two things. Do well to subscribe to our channel, like this video, comment and share so that the benefit can be more. Remember, like I said before, subscribing is something you can do now. Something you can do now, something in your capacity. So please do that so the benefit can go to many individuals. And let me know in the comment section where you'd like us to talk about next. Till then, stay blessed. Keep signing.